thinking about these kind of things as well, of like working on yourself first before trying to blame the outside world for what's going on. Like, two things really quickly. Like, we think about like a potential market shift or a potential recession. You think back to 2008 and how, some people have struggled then. And then you look back even further and you look at like the Great Depression, and then people see these like things in the history and they fear it. But like if you're just looking at the opposite side of that, like what came out of the Great Depression, right? Like some really big businesses, Henry Ford, Disney, they were all birthed out of the Great Depression.
They are
Right.
brokers. And it is important because why, let's look at, remember, why validations. Don't just look at information, consume it and study it. So why is there so much fear being put in the marketplace right now? Well, what sells? Fear sells, right? If you've ever done YouTube or you've ever done marketing, why is the media 24/7 negative energy and fear? Because that's what people are consumed in, because, oh my gosh, I need to know if a dragon's going to eat me tomorrow. And they're going to tell you every day there's 500 dragons trying to eat you, because you keep coming back to make sure the dragon's not going to eat you. And then you find out there's more dragons and you're like, I need to make sure the dragons coming tomorrow aren't going to get me either, right? So the point is, if you want miserable life, consume miserable information. And that's what the media is. These people have no want for you to have a great future. They don't care about you. Find people that will tell you that you're a great person, that you have a great future, and that we expect you to do well in life and encourage you to do so. Instead of people telling you your life's screwed up, the future is ruined for you, and it's all for them to build attention so they can sell stuff, right? So it's not real. It's what they're selling to be real. And they know that you're going to get emotionally involved in it, right? And they're going to be able to control you. When people are divided or people are operating through fear, they can be controlled. When people are united and when people are operating through faith, they cannot be controlled. That's why they try to divide us. And that's why they try to take our self-esteem from us. And that's why they try to give us these wrong messages, right? The truth is, there's going to be more fortunes built in this coming correction than most of us could imagine our lifetime. And it's the belief that that's going to happen for me is why it will happen. The others that have the belief that this is going to take me out, it's going to destroy my business, it's going to be all sorts of problems for me, they're going to emotionally involve themselves in that belief, and then they're going to act towards self-manifestation of that fearful thought, and they're going to actually self-sabotage themselves. That's how it all happens, right? So we saw this with the pandemic. Same external pressure coming in, worldwide external event. How people internally handled it, completely different. Some people said, may or may not be as bad as I thought. I don't know yet, but I don't know the future, so I won't fear it. I'm going to work every day and stay the course. So I'm not going to change anything. In fact, I may ramp things up, right? And then some people emotionally involved in the fear. The world's over. Everything is done. I shouldn't be, like, what's the point anymore? And they took the foot off the pedal. They didn't stay the course, and they had suffering businesses and negative results for it. And think about the people that stayed the course. Most people listening to this right now had their best career years over the past couple of years, for sure. A lot of people, right? Same thing with this correction, guys, with the recession. If your mom pours, I give this example. I got this Kobe from Jim Rohn. He says, if your mother pours strychnine into your coffee, would this still kill you? Yeah, right? Now, if the biggest enemy in your world pours honey or sugar in your coffee, what will it do? Nothing, right? So the point is, it doesn't matter who you're getting the information from. It could be your parents, it could be your wife or your children, the most loved people in your world. But if they're filling you with negativity and they're putting negative thoughts and they're bringing this negative side into you, it still affects you, right? And many of us are trapped in family relationships where we're having strychnine poured in our coffee every day, right? But it also doesn't, and then the other example is, it doesn't matter if the enemy is putting something good in your drink, right? So the point is, it doesn't matter where this negativity is coming from, where this bad thought process is coming from, where the negative information is coming from. Anybody can give it to you, so it can still negatively affect you. Now, the point is, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. Now you know that. Now you also know where a lot of it's coming from. The media, all over television, right? This is a direct intent to destroy your future, right? They're trying to do this, whether you believe it or not. So the point is, don't watch it, right? So when I was your age, we had my first recession to go through. It was the 2008, 2011 crash, and I was still in the poker world at that time. And if you had told me in 2007 and 2012 that anything had happened differently in my life, I wouldn't have told you, other than the fact of me losing kind of my career at that moment, which was like not because like the correction or anything, it was just a regulation issue. But the point is, I didn't listen to the noise around me. I was in the big financial crash. It was supposedly world ending for everybody. It didn't change anything with my life. I mean, those were some of my best years. I was making a ton of money playing poker. And like, I didn't know I was in a recession. The people that watch the news every day, they were miserable because they believed that they were in this life horrible existence, right? So your thoughts are going to create your emotions. So if you don't want to have bad emotions, stop feeding your mind with bad stuff, meaning everything that's coming from these external sources. So guard your mind. Don't let anything be told to you that's negative. Control your mind, feed it with positivity, self-development, reading the right books, the right mentors, and you're going to show up in a different future with a different result in a different environment, meaning the life that you actually want this time. So it is important, guys, going through this. What you believe could happen to you is most likely what will happen to you, is the whole point of this, right?